was just saying that. 6 o'clock. Bam. Like Boston car. Car. Yeah. Like I would get from Southeast car.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We got a couple of minutes. It's more of us than there are of you. Halfway through, this will be quick. Wow. Okay. All right. Everybody get settled. Get yourself settled. Dear.
I know, I said that tonight.
Oh, wow. Let's see. You did, I hear you did well.
Yeah, we knocked it down pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near as charismatic, but you know, we get it done.
You know we've made as much bullshit. Okay.
All right,
Put it on.
let's do this.
When you're ready, Haley.
I'm ready.
Okay, Shannon?
Good to go.
Okay, Boyd, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. City of Lowell Board of Parks, Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. Is there a sign-in sheet? Okay, on the table? Hopefully you've signed in. We'll try to move this as quick as possible, seeing the overwhelming number of participants this evening. And I pronounce your name wrong, please forgive me. Okay, we'll go to number 4, Charlene Ramirez. Welcome. Please go to the mic.
Hi, my name is Tarina Pagan. I'm filling in for Charlene Ramirez.
Okay.
We filled in for 2 spots for Fort Hill and then Shed Park. We want the Shed Park location to host a craft vendor event on October 8th that will include kid vendors, craft vendors, and music.
Okay.
And we wanted to know if, well, we can have the event there with the pavilion and the green space if possible.
Okay. So I see you're on here for 2 items.
Yes.
And your first name again was?
Tarina,
Tarina?
yes.
Okay. And did you want Fort Hill or Shed Park?
Shed Park.
So you do not want Fort Hill?
No, we put in for both just in case if one
Okay.
wasn't available.
All right. Is Shed Park available, Haley? Okay.
Yep.
So what exactly do you want on Shed Park?
We're doing, we would like the pavilion and like the front, the green area on the front.
Okay. And you're going to be running a craft fair?
Craft fair, yes.
Similar to what's been run in the past. What questions do you have for us?
I don't have any. This is my first time here, so.
Oh, all right. We're patient.
Well, we did want to make sure that we were allowed to have music. We will have a DJ with 1 speaker. Nothing crazy or
As
grand.
long as your music isn't,
Okay, it
over
won't
the
be
top,
overwhelming.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, just, be respectful and,
Absolutely.
appropriate, although today with some of the verbiage on some of these
Oh, I
things.
know.
Who knows?
Probably not the type of music there.
Well, there'll be a bunch
Rolling
of
down
kids.
No, I don't
craft
think,
fair.
no, I don't think it is, but you never know what words think into some of these
Oh, we have a
songs.
bunch of kid vendors as well, so
Right.
we're gonna
right,
keep it
right.
PG.
Right. And so you want the green space in front?
Yeah, no, they don't want that one.
And use of
Just
pavilion. as
okay,
well.
shit. Oh, I thought she wanted to go this year.
So Haley, how much would the fee be just for Shed Park on this?
340.
$340? So the fee for the Shed Park thing would be $340.
Okay,
All right.
and who
And
would
that's
I,
from 10 to 6?
from 10 to 6, correct.
Okay. Okay. Any,
Charlene, it would go through Charlene's account through the
Sure.
website, so she'll
Okay.
get an email once the invoice is generated, and then she can just log in and pay.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
pretty sure she's had other ones, so she.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
she
All right,
has.
yeah, just let her
She
know
couldn't
it'll be on
make
her
this
account.
meeting, though.
okay.
That's okay.
Does any member have any questions or concerns?
I don't.
No?
I'll make a motion to approve the date and time requested for a total fee of $340.
I'll second it.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You're all set.
Thank you so much.
You did a
Have
great
good
job
day.
for your first time.
Have a good one.
Okay. As our policy is, if people are not here, we skip them.
We can do
That's-
item one,
that's
we can
the-
do item one.
Yeah, I wanted to get her out of the way.
It'll give us-
Okay,
give
want
people
to
some time.
review August 30th minutes, and we're looking for
Just,
approval.
I'll
I
make
have a
a,
copy if you guys need it.
I have a
Oh,
copy as
I'll
well,
take
in
one.
case anybody needs it. Does anybody want to review the minutes? Tommy? Excuse me.
these are already gone past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent it.
I'll make the motion, accept the motion, the minutes for, it was August meeting.
I'll second.
Okay. Further discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay. So that takes care of item 1.
So, item 5,
I'm just gonna read them down, just to put them into the record, and then we'll go down that way, please. All right. Caleb Alamotis? No show. Okay, Stephanie Rondo? No show. Okay, number 4, it's already been processed. Okay, number 5, is that the one you wanted to,
yeah.
Haley?
She called me earlier. She works for UMass Lowell. They had an event because they were doing a pickleball community event on the 13th, but because of all the weather and stuff, they weren't going to be able to play. So she had called us to cancel and reschedule. But because the date that she was rescheduling was for the 20th, it fell before your meeting, and just because of the way city policies are, she had to pay for the second permit. So she was just looking to get $100 back for the 13th date. She couldn't be here tonight because there was an event in UMass Lowell that she had to go to, and she said, if you guys are willing, if I could speak on it. She said it's not typically the process, but she also doesn't mind coming back next month if you feel the need she needs to.
I think with it being an account credit, not an actual
Yeah.
permit, I
Yeah.
think
That's what I said. I was like, I'll
We've-
try.
we've allowed them to-
Typically, I explained how it usually works, but because I know that I was, working with her, I know that it actually happened, so,
I think
Okay.
given that it's not a request and that it's an accounting
yeah.
transaction,
All
I'm
right.
okay with you.
Further discussion? Are you making a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept issue the credit.
I'll second that.
Okay. All right, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. Okay. Nazreen Hosan, birthday party? It's hard to believe we're now in October.
Mhm.
Where did the summer go?
I know.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, we have item number 7, with Hatel Patel requesting fee waiver.
Except for a lot of those rainouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a no-show and they're not here to have any questions, so we just,
I would say no, because I got questions on that.
yeah, I think a lot of
He
us
usually
do.
comes late. He told me he was coming, but I think he works till 5:30, so I don't know if you wanna give him 5 minutes before
All right,
you leave,
well,
but I know, I
we have
know.
a few
We'll
things
see,
to
we got a
discuss
couple of minutes.
Haley, maybe you
The floor
can,
is yours after this.
I
so-
just got a question, Lee. When somebody, all these dates right here, I checked up on these dates. As an umpire myself, I've lost a lot of games, and some of these dates that he has in here, the weather was good.
It wasn't all,
Yeah, but, okay, it wasn't all rain, so,
yeah, it's just cause he said that they had a lot of schedule with tournament changes, so I don't know anything after I issue the permit. I just had to put all the dates down, cause I was like, I can't,
I have no problem giving him credit for the rain dates, but for him to cancel a game, it was good weather. I don't think you should credit them.
Well, Council Rudy was talking, remember Rudy was talking earlier, what is our policy? And I agree, when somebody has conflicting things and they've already reserved it, that's not our problem.
That's
Rain-
right.
Okay. so-
Rain is our problem.
Rain is, so to say, a better opportunity came up, so
I just forgot that.
we're not allowing anybody else to use the park. So I agree
Well,
with you.
I wonder if we could put something in place maybe for future, is that
Exactly,
if
that's what I was
something,
saying, too.
if say, if I'm renting alumni for a baseball game or whatnot, and I know 2 weeks ahead of time that the team that I'm playing had a scheduling conflict, they can't come, and, you know, if I let people know and release that date, because the whole point of the permit is to reserve the
I have
date.
no problem with that, Ryan.
And if you-
Somebody
yeah, and if-
notifying us.
If you're notifying, like, hey, we're not gonna need them these dates, release those dates. If no one picks them up, no one picks them up, it is what it is, but that.
But it's
I
two
think
this-
weeks, but it's
this-
2 weeks early enough.
Right.
Most people in scheduling events, 2 weeks is not enough time.
And coming in after the season's over and requesting it, you know.
Yeah, and this isn't, I mean,
It's
this
gone
is,
too far.
this isn't a high-touch field that other people, so it's probably a great point, but I think that
But we,
there should be some sort of protocol established.
right, and that's what, I think afterwards, we will try to reestablish some things a little bit stronger. And whether it's high use or not, we've got to be consistent across all the facilities that we issue permits to.
Right.
Okay, a lot of it has to do not only with us, but with Shannon getting the thing ready, if there's been bad weather or something, would change his people. I'm sure you get affected, Haley, as well, with people asking for dates and things, so it's, you know, it touches more people than we think at times.
Is this Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Do we want to?
We're on you. You made it. We were stalling,
Okay.
we were stalling, we knew you were coming.
Okay,
How are you doing, everyone?
yeah, so you heard a few things already, so,
Okay.
you received a permit for 35 dates. Okay,
Yep.
the permit was for $50 per day, total of $17.50. Okay, due to weather and multiple tournament causing schedule changes, they did not use the field and are requesting fee waiver for the following dates. Now, which dates were rain and which ones were tournament?
Oh, I didn't record that.
Okay.
That's very important.
Yes, sir. I can send the details to
Okay.
Haley.
Yeah, okay, we won't be able to, we
All
won't
right.
be able to act on that tonight, because the one, rain, it's easy to see.
Right.
A tournament date, because all of a sudden you got a better opportunity to go play somewhere else, is not an acceptable reason,
Okay.
okay?
Yes, sir.
You have now prevented someone else from using it because you put that in, all right?
Yes, sir.
And just now, well, we're gonna go play over here, that's why I would need to know what is rain and what with tournament.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so the rain dates we can look at,
Okay.
and then decide whether we can give you something, but, in my opinion, and the rest of the board, be up to them, just because you got invited to a tournament, to me, is not an acceptable reason.
Yes, sir.
You understand my
Yes, yes,
rationale
yes,
behind
sir.
that? Okay.
Yes.
So, roughly, how many of them, how many are rain, roughly?
Three weekends were washed out for us. I can tell you that.
3 out of,
Roughly.
yeah, I know, it's been
remember,
a terrible
3 weekends,
weather.
Yes.
We all realize that.
How many games were rained out?
Oh, we're done.
He didn't know how many in the past. I don't think he knows exactly. which
Okay.
ones.
All
He
right.
knows that 3 of the full weekends were rained out.
There's 26 right here of what he's got listed, okay? Of the 35, so they actually, 9 dates you played, obviously.
Yes, yes, we did.
Okay, so who knows what the other ones were, so, yeah.
This is this.
Yeah, because the one thing that creates, as we probably heard us, it also affects Shannon's schedule for getting the field ready if possible.
Yes, sir.
It's multi-layered who it affects.
Okay.
So it's not just your group, it's a lot of other people.
Yes, yes, yes.
We'd want,
definitely.
we'd want to be fair to you as well as, we've got to be fair to other
Yeah,
people.
I
as
understand,
well,
sir.
so. Okay, any, Mr. Rudy?
I
Do you have any comments on this?
I don't. I just, I think Mr. Patel understands exactly what we're trying to do here. If it's, we've had a terrible year, a summer, and we've had to excuse a lot of people that have come in that requested permits because of rain.
Yes.
And so we've been given a little bit of latitude with that, you know, even though we tell people, most people, we recommend that they get a rain date. Because when we're holding that date up, we're stopping someone else from requesting
Yes,
that,
yes,
that
I
the same
understand.
facilities at that time. And I'll be honest with you, there's probably a handful of facilities that people are actually looking for. And Hobby Field now, because it's a state-of-the-art cricket place, people want that field. Not just your group, but there's other groups that want to use that field.
Yes.
And we're holding it up for you, which you'll come to us first, and you ask for a permit, and we give it to you. And then if you know you're gonna be somewhere else, all we're asking you is notify us, so that way if someone does call, we can say, hey, that date is now available.
Yes.
So we're just trying to work with you, we wanna work with you, we want these fields to be utilized.
Yes.
By yourself and anybody else, that's what we're here for, to get you to use the field, but we wanna be fair to everybody,
I understand.
that's all we're asking.
My apology, yes. I
No,
should
no,
have
no, no
let them
problem,
know.
but we just ask you
Sorry
to work
about
with
that.
us, and we're gonna work with you.
Yes, yes, sir, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you can call me, you can call Haley, there's a lot of places available that you can let us know.
Yeah,
That's all,
yes, sir.
you know. Communication is always the key.
I
in
agree.
Anything that we
I
do,
agree.
communication. Okay, do you have any other questions for us, sir?
Nope, so for the next year, I cannot request it from now, I have to wait till,
You have to wait
December or
until-
January?
Right, you have to wait until we open. The season
Okay,
is
so
open.
I guess we'll have to, I was talking to Mr. Shannon, is, about the other group we have, so we have to coordinate, which date they want to use, which I want to use,
Correct.
and then we can figure out, how many days I'm going to use and how many days they're gonna
Right.
use.
Right, we're gonna have to look at that, see how many other people have requested.
Yes,
Okay, we do now because one group went out there and spent a lot of time and effort turning the thing into a first-class field, that other people are gonna wanna use it now, so. And with that, people that have worked and put it into shape, there's a pecking order. They would tend to get first preference as the thing if there's a conflict, because they put time and effort in. We've done that, we're consistent with that with every other sport across the city, okay? That people that, baseball, football, basketball things, people that have cleaned it, taken care of it. We just want to treat them with the respect that they have
Yes.
treated the field with, so that is there. And when does it open, Haley, the season
I
for
think
permits?
probably January 3rd or 4th. It's usually right after the holiday.
Right, okay, yeah, I knew it was right around there, so.
okay.
Okay, so that is the date for that. Anyone else have anything else, Thomas?
Are we going to table this tonight and
Yeah,
then come back?
we cannot give any credit based on, we don't know what date you just chose not to use it.
Okay.
So I think you could help us with that, if you know some dates, we can actually check some of the dates where it actually rained and it didn't rain, but if
Yeah.
you know there were certain dates, that would help us to say, well, you know what, on this date, and this date, and this date, I had another tournament, so I went to another tournament.
Yes,
And just saying, speaking for myself and not the rest of the board, that would probably not be giving a benefit to you. But if it was rain, then we're willing to say, okay, we'll work with you and give you the rain dates because it wasn't your fault. But if you knew prior to you had a tournament and you didn't contact us, and it's pretty hard, because if we give it to you, we're gonna have to start giving it to everybody who, just for some reason, decide not to use the field that night, and for whatever reason, then contact us. And it held up from someone else using the field.
yes, I
Okay.
agree.
So if you can work with us, and I know our secretary's got a lot of work to do, working with us to try to come up with one dates that, which was actually raining and some that you just didn't,
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll,
that at your choice, you chose not to use it,
yes,
okay?
okay.
And just so you know, we say this to every group, so it's not just you. We tell
No,
other
no,
groups the
yeah.
same thing. If you come in and you know you're not gonna use that field on that date for some ever reasons, there are baseball tournaments, and sometimes the other team just say, I can't make that date. They'll call you and they'll say, hey, listen, I don't need that date. So
Okay.
now someone else will come up and it's 2 weeks away, and someone say, I can use that date. So now we give it to someone else who wants to use it. So it just makes the utilization of the fields more accessible.
Okay, sure,
okay.
yeah, I agree. I'll make sure from next year, I'll make sure, if we don't
Right.
end up using a date, I'll let
Right.
Haley know that
Right.
we're not using this, or,
Timely responses are greatly
yes,
appreciated.
yes, sir.
And we're probably gonna give you credit for that. We're gonna say, you let us know ahead of time, that's fine, and we utilize it anyway, so, yeah.
Okay,
Okay? All right, so this has been tabled until you get back to us with additional information.
all right, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, did you want number 5, Haley?
I think we
We already
Tricia,
passed that.
requesting, oh, wait, okay.
know it down.
We're okay with that, okay? All
Yeah,
right,
we
now,
passed that.
can you read my own notes?
Agenda is complete.
The agenda is complete. So, we now have before us,
My name is Jose Hernandez.
okay,
I currently have a permit at Ryan Field, doing flag football,
okay,
and I wanted to extend it another 8 weeks, and I won't have any rain dates.
football plays in the rain?
Yeah, we play in the rain, the snow, whatever's there.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing, the co-ed was really popular,
Oh,
so they wanted another quick fall season before the winter came in, so
all right,
I just got my request in a little late.
okay. Were those dates turned into you, Haley? Did they create any problems, conflicts?
Past the deadline.
You see Ben a member in good standing?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I mean, his sweater's gone first.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to put the number one guy in the front place, no, it doesn't.
Plus, the field that they use isn't high demand at all, so there shouldn't be any.
Is that the one behind the Shaughnessy School?
Yes.
Yeah,
He doesn't know that I'm an atheist, though, so.
that's fine.
As long as God doesn't know that. No, I'm not. I shouldn't even tease with that. Is there anything additional that you need, sir, from
No.
us?
Nothing at all.
Everything's going well?
Yeah, everything's going good. I'm not sure if the time change is gonna change with the lights or,
What are the times?
well, we want it like 6 to 10 or something like that. I have it like, I think I have it 5 to 11 now, but it's fine. We can keep the same hours.
All right, well, obviously, we'll turn the lights on earlier, so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying with the time change probably is gonna.
Yep, it's just, what night is it?
Thursday nights.
Okay,
Thursday
so the
night.
same night, okay.
Yeah, I'm not changing dates.
All right, once I get the permit from Haley, I'll contact, electrical department, have them put the lights on earlier.
Great.
Do you have additional number of teams, sir?
Well, we had 8 co-ed teams, so we're just gonna stay with the same captains, and it's a draft style.
Okay,
So we get a bunch of names in a draft board, and the captains start drafting. Like they go to my house, we have a cookout, and then they draft their teams, and then we just go from there, so.
What's the age of the?
It's all
These
adults. All adults. All adults.
okay. And what's the cookout like?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Does the cookout carry on to the field?
No, we don't cook out there, but we have fun.
Alright.
Sometimes I'll have the local Fios bring over some pizzas, and
Right.
we'll have pizza, but, pick up all the trash. It's always clean before I leave. Make sure it's suitable, because there's kids there too, so.
All right, so what are those dates?
Your permit goes through next week, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Starting on 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So through the 30th of November?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so,
7. All right, so it would be an extra 600 if you did
Yeah, that's,
5 to 11, because
That's
then
fine,
that's 6
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, that's
You wanna keep,
no problem, yeah.
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
and the name of the league is, again,
Fundamental flag football.
Fundamental Flag Football, FFF.
Yep.
Thanksgiving's the 24th. Oh, would you guys play the 23rd? You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be included.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would go from
that.
October 12th to November 30th for 8 weeks.
Are you gonna
For a
use,
fee of
you're gonna use a
$600.
turkey instead of a football?
Good.
People
8
have done
weeks,
that, they're using a frozen
Yeah,
turkey.
I think it'll
8
hurt.
weeks, yeah.
So we say November
Right.
Sorry, I'm deaf.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I should do.
all right, we have a motion?
I'll make the motion, accept the dates and times for a fee of $600.
Second?
We have a second, okay, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries, you're all
Thank you.
set, sir.
Thank you for listening to me, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're most
Yeah,
welcome.
no problem.
Thank you, guys. See you
Have a
later.
good one.
Like,
You wore the right shirt, I know.
Good.
Kiki, I talked to Ida. She's gonna hit you up a little bit later about
okay, all right,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
6:24.
I know, we're doing well.
Motion to adjourn?
No,
Good job, Ryan.
You have anything,
yeah, I got
Shannon? You got something?
Nope.
No,
Good.
motion to adjourn and then shut the cameras off.
Yeah, we can, the one, did we want to go over the rain policy? Now, and the other thing that was brought up earlier was that we cancel November and December. but it was brought up that all the work that Haley has done putting together the booklet and everything. Do we want to have a meeting that night just to go over that? Haley said it was okay with her. Now, it could be with everybody else. It'd be a shame to let the stuff that's been done on that just go by the wayside.
So just do the
We just-
November
we just
meeting.
November meeting, we just set it up. That's the only thing we deal with. Okay?
And if everybody doesn't have the book that Haley, I know Haley's amended it once, so we've had amendments once, right, Haley?
What is it?
You put two books together, one was the early one, and then you put
Oh,
another
yeah.
one, you amended a couple things.
And
So,
then the fees and stuff.
I think everybody should have the latter, if they
Send it
don't,
out.
they can request it from you prior to the meeting, so they have some chance
Yeah, I
to look at
haven't
it.
updated it since then,
Yeah.
but now I feel like we should, after we talk there, I'm sure there will be more to
Yeah,
update,
Right.
but
I think the collective dedication to public service at this table, I think we can all make that work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to, if the last Wednesday is like suitable for you guys, we could always push it earlier in the month if you wanna do that. You would just have to coordinate your schedules and let me know like what day.
What is
When
good
the
for you?
last Wednesday?
Dude.
Second?
I work Monday through Friday, so any day is good for me.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Miss-
Just not the week, I'm gone the 18th to the 25th, so any other day that month.
And where were you staying in Aruba? You haven't told us yet.
Caribbean Palm. You can all come, it's on
You can all
speaker, so I don't-
count.
Caribbean
The
Palm
two people
Village.
listening on TV, you can come.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
does
I'll let him know.
does the city clerk have to be notified when we have a special meeting?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
Yes, they have a good
I think I
point.
talked to Mike before about it,
Yeah.
and he said
No,
he'd
we
get back.
can't
to me.
have a meeting like, if four of us get together to discuss something, we have
Right.
to let the city clerk
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
And that's my first. The second question is, once this board approves the policy and procedure book, do we now, I think, because some of us were at the meeting, do we now have to go back before the subcommittee, the city council board,
I think so.
subcommittee of Parks,
Just to
which was
make sure.
Eric and Rita and them, to go
Yeah.
back with them and say, this is the policy we come up with?
Mhm.
Or do we give it to the attorney for review, or is that the council's job to give it to review the policy procedures that we recommend? Just to make sure that
I
all the
don't,
policy
I don't
procedures.
know.
Okay.
I don't know.
can
I,
find
I
out.
did try to contact the attorney to have a conversation with them.
Mhm.
I know it was real bad, especially on Tuesdays,
I
real
would say
bad.
subcommittee, in my opinion, just because in case they have any issues, then Corey, I think his name is, isn't wasting his time like looking at it, or whoever in their department would.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if it should go to him first, then I can find out.
It doesn't hurt to include them in. The worst thing in the world is supposed to have done it and we didn't, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. I don't need a motion for that meeting, we just have to let them know that.
The only thing is,
They
we
have
don't
to
have
post
this
it.
room booked for, November or December. If I can't get it, we could always use our conference room, it just wouldn't be televised, not in this room. But I
Yeah.
would still have to let the clerk's office know.
So what do we got?
So we'll leave that to you.
That'd be better.
Yeah.
What's that?
But,
To do it some other
I
route?
mean, so,
Huh?
Um,
So what,
okay.
so we looking at some other date other than the 29th, is that what we're saying?
if you want, I mean, if the last
we can
Wednesday
keep
works
it
for
at
you guys,
Wednesday.
I just
Keep it at
don't
Wednesday
think
the 29th?
stuff, I don't
Okay.
know if you guys have plans.
Because that's a week after Thanksgiving. so-
Yeah, so we should be good.
And I'll be back from Aruba by then, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so the 29th is the date that.
with a good tan,
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, you know what, maybe I'll stay, I'll let you know if I change my mind.
Oh,
I don't
thank
come
you,
back.
thank you. All right. Anything else that we need to go over?
I think, Mr. Chairman, as you discussed earlier,
Oh, TV.
I think, I'm hoping that by
Yeah, I like that.
November, that we can come up with, it's difficult to come up with just one rule and stuff as we look at the rain dates. As you know, this year we've got it bad, but we just gotta be a little more consistent, I think, sometimes, because we're telling some groups, we urge them to get a second date as a rain date, and we're actually gonna pay for it. And then other groups, we're just saying, well, we're gonna give you credit for that rain date that you missed towards another date.
Right, it depends on how many, yeah,
Yeah.
how many events that they have, what has their history in the past been
Yeah.
with us. A lot of them in the past have been very, very good, and others have just been atrocious, so it's, I know, it is
Yeah,
difficult.
It's more about consistency than it is.
Well, if it's one big event that they do once a year for them to get a rain, it makes some sense. If it's a league where you're playing for permanent,
Mhm.
it makes sense to you know, if it's a rain, it's rain, but if it's not, to notify as soon as
Right.
possible.
Yeah.
To release the date. And yeah, will people take that date up? Maybe, maybe not. But I think if they do it in good faith, I'm okay with giving
Yeah.
it.
And I think
Well, I- if they
My
notify you, yeah, this guy's coming in and just.
Yeah, there's two groups at least that we know of that use that field, so there is a.
This, well, this was,
And that's the biggest issue we have too, Mr. Chairman, is that the difference between, that we just told this young man, the difference between a rain out and you just not using it because
Oh,
you've had
right.
a plan.
correct.
I mean,
One's acceptable, the
yes,
other's
yeah.
not.
I mean, we
My
can't
understanding.
deviate to say that you, if you do a week or something like Ryan saying, I have a trend with someone, the guy team knows by me that they're not gonna be available, and I know 2 weeks before, I'm gonna notify and say, I don't need the field that night, because, you know,
But is 2 weeks enough notice?
yeah. What's that?
Is 2 weeks enough notice? May not be if we've got to
Yeah.
reschedule and
I-
we've got a whole other team and people,
I
depends,
hate to
it
put
depends
more
on
work
who
on
it
the
is.
secretary, but if the secretary, if the secretary knows, if some other group is notifying her that, listen, I need Ryan Field on Thursday, and she's gonna say, well, right now it's taken, okay? But periodically you can check. Is there some way that someone can check your calendar? Not really.
Almost
Yeah,
like a
online.
cancellation
They
list.
can?
But the other thing is sometimes people will look and say it's booked,
Yeah.
so they won't even ask.
Right.
And you're now preventing them from putting it in. Do you
But-
wanna put something in there, please put in there that, just in case it comes open, I want it. Do
Right.
you wanna create that? I don't know.
But here's the thing, and sometimes when we're looking at someone going forward and has a rain date,
Mhm.
and they don't need a rain date. So she said, well, someone's got that book, but it's a rain date, so if they used it 2 weeks ago, they're not gonna use that date. So we might be able to get you in.
Might, yeah, I know,
I-
creating a lot of
And I know
pressure.
it's
It's a touchy situation.
It is, it is.
It's a very
Yeah.
I mean, this year we've been really tough. We're
Oh,
giving
really
people
bad.
a lot of, you know, but most of it's been credit. We're not giving people money. We're giving people
Right.
credit towards future.
If the people that have come year after year after year, we know where they're at, you know? I mean, this thing here, we should have been notified long before this.
To his defense, though, at least since I knew him last year, he did the same thing last year because he was the only cricket group, so it
Mhm.
wasn't super high in demand. So he always, and to what Peter's knowledge was too, is he usually comes back at the end of the season.
Okay.
And then, like, typically they pay ahead of time, but this time they didn't. I don't know why, but
Alright.
basically you wouldn't be given the credit. It was just like wiping as if like the permit never existed. But he usually comes back at the end of the season to get like the credit or whatever. But for him, it would be hard with him because like if he knew in June that they weren't gonna play in September, that'd be different. But then at the beginning of September, if he knows he's not gonna use the rest of the month, it doesn't matter anyways because you guys don't meet until September. So it's like, it's tricky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's much easier for us to make a decision when it doesn't involve extra services. So in other words, if Shannon's got someone planned for us to be down at Shed Park Pavilion, and that, nobody notifies us, and we go there anyway, you're paying for the services.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be no reimbursement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even prepping it and
Right.
everything, you know, there's a lot of stuff we gotta take into
It's just hard because you guys only meet once a month, so it's like the lady with the credit tonight, like, I told her, I said, listen, you could either push it off until after the meeting, or you can pay for a second permit and then have them give you the credit if they choose to, like,
Mhm.
for the first one, you know what I mean? But it's just
Well,
tough because you guys.
Well,
can't-
none of us work for the city, so if they wanna give us a stipend, we don't need any special provisions to
I would,
accept
you
it.
know what, I wouldn't have to do that for you guys, but.
I'm joking.
they wouldn't listen to
Joking,
me.
Mr. Manager. Oh.
I don't even get one,
You
you know what I
guys
mean?
don't get paid?
Wow, wow.
I didn't know that.
Jeez.
Haley, how are you gonna find out which weekends rain?
It's easy, you go back, the National Weather Forecast will go down, you look back and they'll tell you.
Well, and
John-
there's also like field conditions, cause like if it rained a ton today.
I can help you on that one.
Yeah,
because I-
some probably usable.
So guys, that field was extremely wet this whole year, so even if it rained on Friday, there were days that Sabi couldn't play on Saturday and Sunday because it was just a pond.
So
And that's the other
why don't we
cricket
let
group.
Mr. Patel, obviously the honor system, he's gonna let us know
Right.
what days he canceled for the tournaments and one for rain. We'll have to take his word for it or not, but
Right.
he's a long time user, I think he'd be, you know, instead of
Wait and
trying
see.
to like go back and like, oh, it didn't rain that Sunday, but like, if Shannon's point, if it rained
Yeah.
on the Ducks Friday. it
field
doesn't
still
matter.
might not have been
Sunday,
playable.
I went
Field
back,
conditions are bad.
and
Right.
it's, out of those 26, 14 legit rain.
Right,
And I was just going by my schedule as an umpire.
right, because you know.
How
what
many,
you
because I work every weekend. I
So,
try to-
yeah, so if he comes back and says only 2 of the dates were non-rain, then we'll be like, come on.
And I'll bring you the dates, I can bring you the dates, 'cause I have a spreadsheet on my computer for all my games. I've had 50 games canceled this year because of rain.
I mean, he said 6 weekends, so that's only 6 dates, or 3 weekends, which is just 6
That's
dates.
about what I have them for.
So I'd say no more than 10, but less than 6, like, that's my ballpark, which is what I think he'll
So
probably.
if he comes in with your ballpark, I'm okay with.
Me too,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
happy
You
with
know,
that.
Now, Mr.
That's
Chairman,
what I've got.
Mr. Chairman, is this guy one of the guys you're talking about that comes in continuously every year and stuff?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, he is.
He is, and he's paid up to date?
He's been, yeah.
How many years
I
they
He's
have-
paid up to date?
He's been the original cricket person
Okay.
that's come every year, but
Okay.
Sabi and his group are the newer group, but
Right.
now they're trying to clash because he's a priority returning user,
Hmm.
but Sabi's group just did the renovation, so now it's like, which one do you give it to? Because Atal's been playing for years, hasn't had any issues for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think so, I think so.
Yeah, we have a motion to adjourn.
How long has, the cricket people been involved here?
Can we,
For years, there wasn't anything.
can we motion
Yeah.
to adjourn so we can get to the other thing? Post-TV
I don't think
thing?
we're on TV anymore.
Oh, we're not on TV?
Well, the red light, I don't know.
I think we are.
We're on secret TV.
I gotta tell you something.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion
All in
to adjourn.
favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, good. All right, now what do you want?